Attention, passionate Dallas Cowboys fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East, and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Dallas Cowboys' path to another championship run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before we dive in, if you're a true Dallas Cowboys fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and fellow Dallas Cowboys fans. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, the NFL offseason always brings a lot of buzz, speculation, and surprises. But this year, the Dallas Cowboys are playing their cards very carefully. They've been unusually quiet so far during the opening of the 2025 NFL free agency period, which is quite surprising considering the expectations built around owner and GM Jerry Jones after they restructured contracts with Dak Prescott and CeeDee Lamb. These moves were clearly strategic, aimed at creating the necessary cap space to make a splash in free agency, especially for big-name players that can take this team to new heights. But instead of jumping into the fray early, the Cowboys have chosen to bide their time, watching as other franchises make their moves, sign their stars, and bolster their rosters. And that has fans asking, what is Jerry Jones really up to? We've seen him in previous years talk about his willingness to spend big, to make bold moves to win, but then often come up short when the moment counts. So it is fair to wonder if this year will be different. The NFC East is no longer the weak division it once was. The Philadelphia Eagles, fresh off their Super Bowl victory, are clearly the team to beat, and the Washington Commanders are on the rise, showing they want to be serious contenders. The Cowboys can't afford to stay on the sidelines for too long. They must respond, and they will. It is not just about keeping pace, it is about making a statement. Expect Jerry Jones to make a big move soon, and that move could be a game changer, something that shifts the balance of power in the NFC East. And speaking of moves, one name has been buzzing around NFL circles more than ever lately: Stefon Diggs. Yes, the same Stefon Diggs who has been one of the league's elite receivers for the past decade. The idea of him donning a Cowboys jersey is not just speculation anymore. It is gaining serious traction. Why? Because the Cowboys need someone like him. They need a true game breaker on the outside. Someone who can take coverage away from CeeDee Lamb and open up the field for Dak Prescott. Let us be real, CeeDee Lamb is already considered one of the top 5 wide receivers in the league, no doubt about that. But for all his talent, he has lacked a consistent, high-caliber running mate until now, perhaps. Enter Stefon Diggs. The man has been a model of consistency, productivity, and competitiveness. Over the last few years, he has been among the top receivers in the league, racking up yards and touchdowns at an incredible clip. Even in the face of injuries last season, with just 47 catches for 496 yards and 3 touchdowns in only 8 games, Diggs proved he has still got plenty left in the tank. And at just 31 years old, he is still in his prime. Remember, last year he was pacing for over 1,000 yards with the Houston Texans before tearing his ACL in that game against the Colts in late October. That injury was a setback, no doubt, but anyone who knows Diggs understands his mindset. He is fiercely competitive, resilient, and eager to come back stronger. What if the Cowboys managed to bring him in? Think about the possibilities. Dak Prescott, who has often been criticized for lacking consistent weapons, would suddenly have a premier target that defenses must account for. Diggs would demand attention, freeing up CeeDee Lamb to do what he does best: run routes, make plays, and display his elite skills. And for Dak, having a veteran like Diggs, who has been one of the most reliable receivers over the past decade, could be exactly what he needs to elevate his game and lead this team further in the playoffs. But here is the kicker: what about the connection of brothers? Because yes, Stefon Diggs has a younger brother, Stefon Diggs, who is a star cornerback for the Cowboys. Imagine the Story brothers playing together on the same team for the first time in their careers. That is a storybook narrative, something that could energize the locker room, excite the fan base, and create a new dynamic that benefits everyone. Stefon, who signed a 5-year, $97 million extension in 2023, is one of the best young cornerbacks in the league. His contract makes him one of the team's highest-paid players, with a cap hit that currently ranks 5th on the roster. Spotrac estimates that the Cowboys have around $47 million in cap space, which is more than enough to make a move for Diggs. And considering Diggs' current market value, roughly $13.7 million for a 1-year deal, this could be one of the best value signings of the offseason. Why? Because Diggs' market value has likely dipped due to his injury last season, but don't let that fool you. When healthy, Diggs is a game-changing receiver who can take over games, who can be a true difference maker in critical moments. Bringing him in for under $15 million annually would be a home run for the Cowboys and absolute steal. And Diggs himself isn't likely to settle for a one-year deal. He is confident, self-assured, and probably looking for a 2-year pact or longer. That's the kind of veteran leadership and production the Cowboys need to push for a deep playoff run. And Jerry Jones, known for his willingness to spend when it counts, must now put his money where his mouth is. He has publicly stated that the team is ready to do whatever it takes to win, yet the early moves or lack thereof have left fans wondering if he is truly serious. Imagine the scene: Dak Prescott throwing to Stefon Diggs, with Stefon Diggs covering opposing receivers, all on the same team. That is a storyline that writes itself, a team built not just on talent, but on brotherhood, resilience, and a relentless desire to compete at the highest level. It is a narrative that could energize the entire franchise, boost ticket sales, and ignite the passion of Cowboys Nation. Now, let us look at the numbers. Over the past few seasons, Diggs has been a consistent producer, recording 127 receptions for 535 yards and 8 touchdowns in 2020. Then following that with over 200 yards in 2021 and 2022, with 10 and 11 touchdowns respectively. Even in 2023, he managed 107 catches for 183 yards and 8 touchdowns. Injuries last year limited him, but his talent remains undeniable. And if his injury-related price tag is a sign of anything, it is that Dallas could snag him at a bargain rate compared to his previous AAVs. So what is next? Expect Diggs to push for a 2-year deal, confident in his ability to bounce back and prove he is still one of the best. And Jerry Jones, for all his talk about winning at any cost, must now act decisively. If they can pull this off, the Cowboys not only get a premier receiver, they get a storybook addition to their roster, a veteran presence, and a perfect complement to their young star CeeDee Lamb. This could be the move that defines their offseason, one that signals to the entire league that Dallas is serious about reclaiming their throne. It is not just about filling a need. It is about making a statement, about showing that the Cowboys are back in the game, ready to compete with the best, and willing to make bold moves to win. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What is your take on this potential signing? Do you believe Stefon Diggs is the missing piece? Would you love to see the brotherly duo on the field together? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, rumors, and insights into the Dallas Cowboys offseason journey. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, go Cowboys.